Yee. That's our first comment.
Yeet.
Yeet. Where did that start?
Yeah, yeet. I don't know. Oh, like yeet
Yeah.
is a vine.
Is it the dinosaurs?
No, so
Because
it's
isn't there a dinosaur one that says that? Like the huh, 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 huh. And then it goes to the weird T-Rex that goes, Isn't there a dinosaur one that says that?
that's pretty good latency.
That's yee. Okay. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Kaylee's telling me.
So there's this vine of this gal is walking through the halls of her high school and she's recording and she hands her friend a drink, like a can of soda, and the gal grabs it and goes, "This empty, yeet!" and she throws it down the hallway. And that's the first. That I think, according to the internet. Hi, Mike. I think I'm explaining yeet to Josh.
Our mustachioed Marvel has
I think,
entered.
according to the internet, that's the first known instance of the word or the phrase yeet.
If you guys want, you're the only other two people that are going to be here, so you can get those mics closer to yourselves if you want.
Danny's not coming?
Danny's not coming.
Oh,
Kelsey's not coming?
No.
Kelsey? I hear you.
I broke the mic.
I know you're here. Okay.
Just a go.
Same.
Hey, Ghost, can you shut the door, please? Thank you, Ghost.
I'm dead on the inside, too.
Piss off, Ghost.
Piss off, Ghost.
Who are you going to call?
You had some Freddy's today, bro?
Yeah, I had some Freddy's with my bro Josh.
Yeah, it was good.
Cool.
We broed out, had some Freddy's.
Yeah.
Hi, stream.
Got some Max bro time. Bro Sif. Muffin Man got his prints this week. Loves them. Mike.
That was that guy. He made them.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, how upset were you when we got the misprint?
Not
upset.
Not really upset. We got doubles now.
Was it just a miscommunication, or did the guy just totally?
He biffed it.
It was their bad, so they fixed it.
Am I way louder than Mike now because I moved the mic really
you
close?
You have to be. Yeah.
I'm gonna move it back.
My mic's about as close as yours.
I can't move it.
No, just leave it there, Reed. You and I will be the same loudness.
That's fine.
Mike, move it closer.
I don't want to. It was fine where it's at. Why did you have to move it closer?
I don't know, for the lulls.
I do like that it's basically on Reed's lap.
Yeah. A caress.
So, hey, just so everyone remembers, welcome to the live stream. If you have any questions, please put all caps question.
All caps.
And I'll grab it so that we don't miss it and put it in the Google Doc so that we will come back to them if chat keeps going.
We'll circle back.
Circle of life.
It's the
Chiefs playing today?
Chiefs are playing today. Sunday night game. Let's go. Red on red.
Sports.
Go my sports team.
Chiefs Kingdom. Hashtag Chiefs Kingdom. Think about it.
Think about it. Think about it. And if you have an answer, type all caps answer.
It's true. We're gonna defer to you guys for a bit.
Questions.
Reed, any news to talk about at the top here?
It's officially 3:00.
Top of the week.
Good grief. Josh, do something about your dog, man.
It's a big dog that will bark. So.
What was the question? Sorry.
Any news? Anything new to share? Top of the week.
Well,
stuff people should know about.
Yeah, I think I hope all of you should have seen the tweet I put out last week. That felt pretty great. Getting together with the fam.
That was fun.
We started some volume 2 preparations.
Yeah.
So that was, I think, probably top 3 of like most liked things I've ever tweeted. Just shy of 300 likes. That was cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we're like things are happening. We did character creation last Tuesday. The player's handbook for my like mechanics and rule system. It's well on its way to being complete. Obviously, we'll iterate on it as we go. But it's definitely in a functioning state to where they can make characters off of it now. Then Mike and I have been working on the next race class combo to be coming out probably a week from today or tomorrow is when you can expect the next race class combo PDF to be released in Patreon.
Next week or tomorrow?
A week from today or tomorrow.
I was like, it's either going to be tomorrow or next week.
No,
I was like,
a week from today or a week from tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to. You should really be on
I
it.
should text
Oh, got things to do.
That free. So all you guys know is the next combo is the Ardent Pilot. So the Ardent is the class. Actually, the Ardent, this little like insider information for you, is actually like a colloquial term. That's not what they call themselves.
Ooh.
That's just like what society has called them because their language is very complex. And so they like
that.
They act in a certain way to where everyone just like branded them the Ardent. But then the class is Pilot. So you're going to see some cool artwork for this custom race, and then some pilot artwork as well. It'd be really dope.
Right on. Our gal Ellen here is asking, can y'all tell us some nifty secrets about y'all's characters?
Nifty secrets about the characters.
Someone's going to play a pilot.
Someone is going to play a pilot.
Someone's going to play an Ardent.
I've got an
That's
accent, and it's not Scottish or Irish.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Mike's character will involve like there's some. Oh, I totally missed the connection. But Mike said his character is going to have a Hawaiian shirt, which would play into your theme of having coastal like characters.
Oh, that's it's like a head nod to Sherwood.
So yeah, so Mike is gonna have a coastal character. Yeah, someone is playing a pilot. Someone is playing a smuggler who you haven't seen yet. That might be the next combo. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Someone is playing an engineer who you have seen already, and someone is playing a Templar who you have also seen. So. By next week, you will have seen 3 of the 4 class combos, like played classes, being released, which is really fun.
And there's also the subclasses for each one of those.
Yep.
Which
that's right.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
We'll save that for.
Yeah. Every class, we haven't really dove too deep into this yet, but every class has at least 2 subclasses. Templars have 3 because they just follow one of the 3 gods. Mm-hmm. But yeah, every class will have a subclass that they can choose from. And so for a class like a medic or an engineer, those can mean 2 wildly different things. They're totally different play styles. So it's pretty fun. Yeah, like I'm looking forward to see. Ideally, I kind of designed that and so that if someone was really drawn to, like if 2 people were really drawn to the same class, they could still split up class like subclasses and get a pretty different experience was the idea.
There's one class that I wish someone was playing, but they're not.
Yeah.
The Ambassador.
Yeah.
That's such a cool, interesting character. So
probably would like open up a bunch of like story options.
Yeah, but I like the subclasses and then also like just the cool stuff they have. Like I just think like any of us could have. I really wanted Kelsey to play that, but
I know probably
it'd have been too strong.
It would have been
too strong.
Yeah,
too much.
Too similar to Brenna probably. So
Brenna did end up becoming the minister of Norwich.
Yeah, so this probably just would have felt like a direct extension of that character, which is like I definitely drew inspiration from their characters from Volume 1 and when creating the new classes. You know, I also looked at like 5e example classes and was like, well, obviously, like I love the Bard as a character and the abilities that they have with being able to like buff their teammates or debuff allies or stuff or enemies, stuff like that. So the Ambassador has a lot of that stuff, but they also have a lot of core functionality built into like they just have a much richer knowledge of the galaxy and races within the galaxy, which can help you a ton outside of combat. They're probably the most useful like non-combat class available just because of the wealth of knowledge they inherently bring to the table. But it's cool. Like we were kind of talking about it was like what classes should you have, you know, to like have a complete well-rounded party.
Yeah.
And like we went back and forth as like, is it better to have a pilot or a medic? But honestly, like you can have, you should be able to accomplish everything you want to some degree with any class combination.
The augment system kind of provides for a lot of modularity.
Yeah. So we opted not to go with a medic, which who knows how that'll play out. That could be really terrible.
Let's be honest. Like I love Mike. He's a great guy.
Wow, that's a
I
tee.
knew it was coming.
This is a
I
tee
knew
up.
where it was going, and I
But,
was like, okay, here it goes. We didn't really have one for.
We didn't really.
One, so, I think we did fine. All right, guy.
Yeah.
All right.
How dare you?
Kayla Stevens
Hi, Kayla.
asked the question:
Do
How
we have
long?
12 viewers, or is that 10 viewers?
10.
Okay.
How
I was gonna
long?
say 12 would be a lot.
Yeah. How long do y'all record in one? Also, I'm loving the use of the word "y'all" with all
I
your
know.
guys' questions today.
Thank you.
How long do y'all record in one sitting? I understand it's 2 episodes, but I feel like when we play, it's hours of not getting very far.
Yeah, that's a pretty common
D&D,
yeah, very common thing within the D&D community. Very early on, I got tweeted that a lot too, of just like, how do you guys make each episode feel like you get so much done in just an hour? Because when me and my friends sit down for an hour, it's just like screwing around for half of it. And a lot of that falls on Josh, who edited, to tighten it up to make it feel like that hour was really impactful. But it was just also a collective process. We all knew like we're not just playing for the 5 of us right now. So we need to make sure we're constantly thinking like, as fun as it is to derail sometimes and kind of get off topic. And it's fun for you guys to hear that too, because it really shows our personality. But our focus is always on just like keeping things rolling, keeping things moving. So we record 2 episodes per session, but each episode raw uncut is probably an hour and 20 minutes. And then we just trim it down to fall right at an hour. Most of that is just like flipping through notes, or the period in between rounds of combat where someone is deciding what they want to do, or I'm trying to like maneuver all the enemies and players around in my head and kind of set up what I need to do. So all that stuff gets chopped in the edit.
Yeah.
So it just feels like it's just like action. Which again, that's just really making it tighter.
Something I thought was kind of really interesting. So I'm recording now for the other show, Titans of Altera now.
Wow. Stay on topic, Josh.
I am, Reed. And
he's got like a sign.
We had our just like
link in the description.
Patreon.com/. No,
thank you.
We had our first major combat sequence, and both Eric and Aaron Chambers, 2 of our players, they listened to Sneak Attack and it followed the whole show.
Your brother doesn't listen to the show?
Nope. He listened to like the first 5 episodes and gave up.
That's
same.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like pretty par for the course.
Sounds like a guy who played with us before.
Yeah.
But anyway, they listened to the whole show, and so we did the combat sequence, and Aaron was like, "Gosh, you guys are so much faster at combat than we are." And I was like, "Actually, when we edit combat, like probably twice as much. If an episode is a combat episode versus like a story episode, probably twice as much dead air gets cut out because of like rules checking, number counting, thinking strategy. Like there's so many moments where people aren't engaging and talking, so you have to trim all that stuff out.
Yeah, despite like what it feels like in your brain of like the combat is the most exciting part, in audio format it's really not. When I'm planning for a session, I'm trying my hardest to do everything except fight. But I know my players love combat, and it is really fun to roll the dice and to go head to head against dice rolls. I mean, that always feels good.
Yeah.
But in the audio format, it's just like sometimes is too much, or a little goes a long way. So it's just like
that's really good. A little goes a long way.
Yeah,
that's
it's good to be aware of that. And if you're making your own show, or even just like playing D&D in general, like I find even not recording that, a little bit of combat can go a long way. If the combat you have is really purposeful and really meaningful, then you don't have to have like a big 2-hour long brawl in order to feel like you've accomplished something.
Yeah. Next question is for Danny. Good thing he's not here.
Yeah, I'll just let him know.
Is well, we can just answer for him, right? Like,
Yeah.
Is Danny playing another cook?
Oh, Mike gets to answer this one.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So
he didn't tell us yet.
I bet he like is gonna fly it in there. How much stuff do you think he's going to tell us? Just being honest.
I know a few things about Danny's character that I'm not at liberty to share with the group.
Okay.
One of those characters.
But like one thing I can share is that I'm pretty sure he's going to give his character IBS.
Oh my gosh.
Irritable bowel syndrome. So there might be times where like in the middle of a fight, Danny just has to run away and use the bathroom. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping anyways. But yeah, like, gosh. And I don't know, like this is like kind of shameless self-promotion, but I assume all of you follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
But all of like his decision to give his character IBS came from that really awful airport experience I just had.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was a nightmare.
That was really terrible. So I was live tweeting my airplane experience flying out of Chicago back to Omaha, and it was really terrible. It was really late at night, and everyone was upset. And in the middle of being stalled out in the plane, but on the tarmac for like 2 hours, this dude runs past me, and I'm in the aisle seat. He runs past everybody. He's literally pushing people out of the way, screaming, "Lavatory emergency! Lavatory emergency!" And I'm pretty close to the back of the plane, and he runs past, and I'm laughing to myself, going, "Oh, that's funny. I hope he makes it." And then like 5 seconds later, the smell hits me, and I go, "Nope, he didn't make it." And so Danny saw that tweet thread, and decided at that moment he was going to give his character IBS.
Have you guys ever been in a scenario where you legit weren't going to be able to control what was coming out of your butt? Like, like where you legit like were like, if I don't reach a toilet, bad things are going to happen.
I
don't remember ever not having like full control of my sphincter. You know what I mean? Like, I can clench it if I need to for like a very extended period of time.
I think, I would say that's probably, like there's been times for sure where like my stomach's really upset, and you're just like, it's going to be like right up to the moment. But this is a phenomenon. I don't know if this is unique to me. Fill me in on like comment in the chat as whether or not this is the case for everybody. Like if I really have to use the bathroom, even if it's not poop, if I just have to pee real bad, and like I'm driving home, I'm thinking like, yeah, everything's fine. Like I know I have to go real bad, but I can hold it. I'm an adult. And then like when I round the corner and I start to pull into my driveway, it becomes severely worse. And then as I'm like walking to the bathroom, it gets almost to the point where it's unbearable.
It's because your body knows it's coming.
Why is that? Like like, should I just like drive with my eyes closed for the last 10 seconds? So like,
definitely.
I just feel it's really bizarre because every time it literally is like a race against the clock to sit down before everything unleashes. And I'm just like, I don't know why it has to be that way, because I know if I could have driven another 5 miles and been in the exact same scenario, it wasn't like I'm really that close every single time. It's just my body knows I see the toilet, like cue the waterworks kind of thing. Like, why is that? Is that a me thing? Chat, fill me in.
Yeah, if you hit us up with all caps answer, if you know, if you know why that happens,
or just does it happen to you too? That would make me feel better if it happens to other people as well.
If it's just Mike, does it happen to you?
Yeah. I mean, there's been times where you get the sweats, and you're like, I'm gonna have to pull over. Yeah, when I was overseas and we had to get locked into like these heavy like ASVs, there's been a couple times I would like poop in an ammo box. So
you just tossed it out the window at that point?
Yeah, I mean, that's whatever you gotta do. So
hey, this man pooped in an ammo box so that you and I could have this video call right now.
Thank you for your service.
That's not sarcastic. I mean every word of that.
Oh my gosh. Answers are flowing in. Read freely.
Flowing in like my bowels.
Yes. Freaking yes.
Okay. That's vindicating. I appreciate that, you guys.
All right, next question. This is from the one and only Muffin Man.
Muffin Man. Boo, boo, boo.
Since this is a tech versus magic, how will healing work? In fantasy, it can be explained away by magically sticking wounds together. How will this translate to technology in space?
That's a great question. So
there's a broader question there of like, is there magic in the world?
Yeah, I'll answer his actual question first, and we'll expand a little bit. So the way healing works is kind of twofold. So there are different HPs for different either worn or carried shields, as well as each individual like organic being has an HP. So, for example, you could have in our game it's called a biotic shield. It's a little device that's strapped to your hip that generates a force field around you. And that device has its own HP before it needs to be recharged. If that wears down and you take more damage, then your organic body has its own HP, which is very small. And you will take damage from that. And then ultimately you will die if not tended to. So the way healing works is you kind of do have to take a little bit of a even more advanced like sci-fi approach to it, because you have to think like there's up close healing, there's long range healing. Am I actually like physically injecting someone with something to heal them? Like how does this work? So to restore shields, it's literally just like an electronic impulse, which can recharge your biotic shield to give it a little more juice and help to allow you to take more hits with it. If you actually do have to restore your organic body, then those are actually going to be like nanobots that can go in and actually physically mend mend an artery or stitch your muscles back together. Thinking like Infinity War, if you guys saw Infinity War, Tony Stark like sprays this stuff on his wound and it kind of his skin starts to like heal together. He was spraying nanobots in there because he explains nanobots earlier in the film. He was spraying that in there, and then they like mesh together to form like new skin and to repair that gash. So it's just a combination of things. Ultimately, it's just don't think too hard about it and you'll feel better. But I did try and apply as much science and physics and logic to every aspect of the game. Like I've learned more about what the atmospheric contents of all different planets in our galaxy are in the last like 3 or 4 months than I ever have in my entire life. Did you know that the Earth's atmosphere is like mostly nitrogen?
Like farts?
No, that's I think something else. Nitrogen, and then there's a little bit of like oxygen. And argon is another prime component. Yeah, this is stuff you learn by listening to Volume 2. As to whether or not magic exists in any form, yes. That is purely through the religious classes of the game. So the Templar, for right now, they're going to have a connection to the 3 deities in the game, and those deities will provide just superpowers, so to speak. Nothing like earth-shattering, game-breaking, but just more advanced, enhanced abilities that will allow the user to do things technologically just not possible. So
okay,
yeah, there's a little bit of both, but the magic element is really scaled down for Volume 2.
Right on. All right, next question comes in from Kaylee Wills.
What's up, Kaylee?
Kaylee, as far as the Q&A stream goes, are you gearing the stream towards just Volume 2 stuff, or is Volume 1 stuff still acceptable?
Yes and yes. Like obviously as Volume 2 spins up and new episodes start releasing, you guys will have a lot more questions about that. But that does not mean Volume 1 stuff is off the table.
Cool. Yeah, so feel free to ask away with the Volume 1 questions. And then from her sister, Melia, I said it right this time.
You did.
Reed,
hi.
How do you keep track of enemy hit points? It seems like from the DM notes from your notebook that you count up in HP instead of subtracting.
Yeah. So sometimes, honestly, if I'm counting up, that usually means that they're a custom enemy and I don't have a set hit point in mind when we start the fight. I kind of look at it as like I have a target in my head of like, okay, I know if they've done this much damage, then like the creature should really be hurting. But also, I use that as almost a way to let me dictate the flow of the fight, because there are some creatures that either have a ton of hit points or not very many. And if the entire group rolls really high, obviously I'm not going to punish them for that, but I at least want to let the enemy get through one round of combat, like to allow them to do what I put them there for. And so sometimes I will just go way past or way short of their expected or book assigned HP, and just to like make it feel more thematic and dramatically relevant to the fight. There's plenty of times though where it's just like if it's a throwaway enemy, I'll just like I'll actually use their book HP and go down, just based on there is a time if it's like a minion or someone small, they're like clearing a room or something like that, and literally like every member of the group is just rolling 20s. I'm just like, okay, like this guy's obviously obliterated. He's not even going to get to go. Rip that guy. But for the most part, like if they're fighting someone, there's a reason for it, and I at least want them to do what I put them there for. That's just like, that's not just for the show too. I highly encourage every DM to operate with that mentality, by the way, of like, don't feel like you're a slave to the numbers in a book.
Yes.
Just, use your best judgment in the moment. If you feel like a fight's going on way too long, but they haven't hit their book assigned HP, just like, you kill them whenever you want. Just like, listen, you guys have done enough. Obviously, like this dude just has more HP than he really should for your guys' level. You've been very successful. Congrats. The next hit kills him. Just play with it. There's no rule.
And if someone does something really, really cool, maybe like let it pay off. Like make that cool thing seem even cooler. If the guy, if they take a guy within like 15 hit points, why not just make it go all the way? If it was like on a critical hit,
Yep. There's, like I said, definitely a critical hit that kills a creature is so much more satisfying than just like some random arrow.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Whatever empowers my players to feel more awesome, that's what I'm going to do 100% of the time.
That's cool. Ellen asks, is there going to be an arc in Volume 2 where everyone's trapped in a space airport so everyone can experience your pain?
That's actually how Volume 2 opens. Just a heads up. So thanks for ruining that, Ellen. But no, I don't know. I pull from real life all the time. I guarantee you'll probably find someone who I model after the random airplane pooper.
Wonderful. Mike, you can probably speak to this question. We all can. Will you guys miss anything from pure D&D 5e and volume or Volume 1?
No.
No pressure on me?
Yeah. No. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah. Okay. I have a follow-up, and then Josh, I want you to answer. So
yeah.
So what is it about D&D that you like most then? Because if it's not just like, the Wizards 5e experience, what is it?
D&D in general?
Well, yeah. I mean, if there's nothing about 5e you'll miss, then it's not D&D that you're really like adhered to, right?
Yeah. I just like playing with friends. So
it's
something different.
Brings a tear to your eye.
Yeah, it's something sad. It feels good. No, it's just something I don't do normally. So it's just fun to do something totally different every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really like. I didn't like D&D coming in. Like it wasn't like, oh yeah, I can't wait to. I like building classes and like doing the character stuff, and getting loot. But I can do that in the next one too. So, and even more probably.
Yeah.
I definitely think none of us feel like tied down to a certain type of game system, or like some kind of brand loyalty. I love the high fantasy genre. That's probably like, but I've said this before, like sci-fi and high fantasy are way similar than they are different. I think sometimes it's just really easy to make them sound different because it's like there's a lot of technology in one and there's not in the other. But like I got other D&D games I'm playing and getting that fantasy fix on. So for me, like this is something fun and cool. I've always loved sci-fi adventures, so love Mass Effect, love Blade Runner. You know what I mean? So I will not be missing anything. And I think I'm with Mike. Like the people at the table are the reason I play, like not the I mean, no offense, Reed. Not like the world.
That's encouraging for me because I know that no matter what I put out, we're hopefully still gonna have a good time because we're all still together. Like, but yeah, it's moving away from the established like, hey, we spent a lot of money and time and experts built this thing for you. Go have fun. To just be like, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna do my own thing. Like that's certainly terrifying.
Yeah, but I really don't think I think it'll be fun, even if Reed's game is a colossal failure.
Yeah.
The podcast will still be a blast.
I believe that too.
I don't think it will be. I think Reed's a super smart guy and is building something really, really super fun that you guys are gonna definitely want to be a part of. But yes, that's how I feel. We got some great questions coming in.
Awesome.
All right, let me see here. Where are we? Spaceport, blah blah. D&D. Okay. Kaylee Wills asks, this probably wins question of the day. Bright Cove was a bright cove. High Rock was a high rock. So why is Antwood called Antwood? Did someone see a bug infested tree and just go, yeah, let's settle here. Seems good.
Kind of. So
kind of.
All the places in Norwich or Norwich, if you're in the UK right now, they were all very literally named for a very specific reason. Sandhaven was called Sandhaven because it was a haven in the desert. Like it's very literally named. I had some like kind of messed up attempt when I was first, just first making what they were going to do for their very first foray into sneak attack. The first thing they were going to do, the first thing they did do is they fought those hyenas. Those weren't originally hyenas.
What?
Those were going to be giant ants.
Oh my gosh.
There was going to be like a colony of giant ants that lived in this forest. But the problem I had when I was making it is, one, that's probably like, I wanted to dial back the kind of outlandish right away and make it more like, oh, it's hyenas. Like, that's not the craziest thing in the world. And I couldn't get over the fact that there are just so many ants in a colony that the amount of real estate and actual geographic space that a colony of giant ants would take up would be outrageous. And there are just so many of them that I also couldn't sell the idea in my head of like, why would there just be 3 or something like that? Like
it turned into Starship Troopers.
Yeah, it was almost a little too far right out the gate. And so, but I liked the name Antwood, and like Hyena Wood didn't make any sense. And so I liked the name Antwood. I was like, that's fine. And so I just stuck with it. But they were originally supposed to fight giant insects.
Dude. Yeah. I don't think I've even ever heard that.
No, I don't believe that. That's not documented anywhere. That's not in any of my notes. Yeah. It was just kind of like what I had rolling around in my head for how does the game start.
That gets question of the day. Well done, Oz.
Yeah, that's OG.
Wow. Will there be bars in space?
Oh, there'll probably be more bars. Yeah. This version, my version of the future isn't like happy and clean and everyone loves each other in Star Trek. My version of the future is everything is terrible and our problems with society have only gotten worse. So I imagine with that being the case, there's more reason to drink and succumb to the booze. So there will probably be a bar at every corner.
I don't understand this one. It's not really a question. A long, long time ago in a galaxy far away, Reed mentioned Sneak Attack Gang Dance Dance Revolution. ...
Who is that from?
Melia.
Reed mentioned what?
Reed mentioned SA Gang DDR. I can move on to the next question.
I don't know what that means.
I assumed you would. Okay. Have you decided if the characters will already know each other at the beginning of Volume 2?
I think so. Yeah, I'm still working out exactly how Volume 2 opens. But I think what's going to happen is they are different crew members on the same ship. Like a larger ship.
Will there be more crew members then?
Yeah.
Like NPC crew
members?
members?
Lots of NPCs.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, we got one coming in from the one and only Jestaloo.
What's up, Alyssa?
When Greg's foot was black and infected, there were several moments where Greg heard people say strange things and the rest of the characters didn't. Did you tell the others beforehand?
Yes. I texted everyone except Josh, and I said, hey, I'm going to say some things. You need to act like I didn't say them.
And then they played into it. Like I feel like like Mike and Kelsey, maybe even Danny, like had said stuff to me different times, calling me a traitor or something.
Yeah. Oh, like I'm pretty sure I even texted you and I said, yeah, like throw in the word traitor or like clan killer or something like that, like in conversation. And when he says what did you just say, like pretend like you didn't say it. Yeah. So yeah, like I made a conscious effort to make the group aware of what was going on in hopes that Josh himself would start to like question what was going on. Like not just in character, but just like, what the heck? Like you obviously just said this and then just play stupid about it. That was my dream.
Oh, you suck.
It was awesome.
Next question.
I went to therapy for that.
That was my wife, Reed. What kind of currency will Volume 2 have?
I don't know.
Credits?
Yeah, can we take a vote? Because like
Space Bucks.
Space Bucks.
I like Space Bucks because it's so stupid sounding. Like I'll probably use credits, but that's so generic. I want something like, I'm not going to do like Star Trek and be like Quatloons or something stupid like that.
Or like the new Star Wars currency, portions.
Oh, it's like, I don't even know what
they're making that a thing.
Is portions actually currency?
Yeah, they're making that a currency amount.
But it's credits. Like it's always been credits in Star Wars. Okay. So I don't know.
It's a brave new world, Reed.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as the last current. Anywho, I don't know. I'm open to suggestions if something is cool, but it's probably a toss up right now between Space Bucks and credits.
I was gonna throw out rupees.
No.
So little tiny gems.
No.
Next question.
Rupees are a real currency.
Rupees?
In India, that's rupees.
Well, what's Link's currency then?
Rupees.
It's the same thing?
Yeah, same exact word. Like obviously in India they use coins and paper, and in Zelda they use gems, but it's the exact same word. INR, Indian National Rupees, I think.
Okay.
No, it's just rupees. It's actually rupees.
Ooh.
Rubles is Russian, I think.
Ellen has an answer for you, Reed.
Okay.
There's an official name for the currency, but everyone just calls them Space Bucks. It's like the street lingo.
Right. No, like in the UK, everyone says quid, but the actual currency is pounds.
Yeah. Ooh, dabs. We should call money dabs.
Thank you, Miles, for that.
How many dabs do you guys have? I got 4 dabs on me.
So there's this train station in Russia.
Space dabs.
Oh my gosh. There's this train station in Russia that gives you a train pass if you do 20 squats. And there's like a little station you do squats at, 20 of them. And so like I wonder if I could just like let people ride some space transport vehicle for 20 dabs or something like that.
That's a very Josh thing to do.
Yeah, I would never get on.
I know. The camera would be like, wrong. Try again.
Oh my gosh. I asked my dad what he thought dabs were. And that was one of the funniest moments of my life. Seeing him try and be like,
just
really awkward.
His dad is the whitest person I've ever met.
Yes. Very, very white. He's in his old age and he likes playing tennis. Next question. This is a burning question from Amelia.
Okay.
Why was the Pineapple Gang called the Pineapple Gang?
Why outside of the game? Because in the game they dress like pineapples.
Yeah, that's why. But like, why did they decide to do that? Oh, because they're from the Pineapple Forest.
No.
Why? Yeah. Why did you call them the Pineapple Gang? Just to start with. Did you literally make that up in the moment?
No. I had that written down. Like, why I landed on... I knew I wanted them to dress like however they... Like, whatever their name was. And I... Like, it was either that or make them furries. You know, like...
Oh my gosh.
Like, we're the wolf pack. And they're all just, like, in wolf
like
costumes.
those, like, cheesy...
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of, I saw a group of furries walking downtown the other day, and I almost crashed my car trying to get video footage of it.
That is a subculture I do not understand.
No. So,
no hate, just don't understand.
I really, yeah. I wanted a group of enemies that were, they dressed like what their name was, and I don't know. I thought to myself, like, a pineapple would be fun because it could have like green spiky hair, like like the top of a pineapple, and then they would just like wear a sweater or something for the body of it. And that's just like, I don't know, the imagery I thought was really funny and it resonated with me. So,
do you know how I just realized, Reed? Think of all of the pineapple hair photos we get sent every week.
All the time.
Imagine if those were furries. Like, that's what you could have done to us. You could have done that to us. We could be getting furry gifts and
no,
like,
the next group of enemies they're going to run into are going to be the cheerleaders. They'll call themselves the cheerleaders, and they'll wear cheerleading uniforms. So,
all right, Reed.
You can send me those.
Jeez. Kaylee wants to know.
My Twitter is at Mike Hegberg. No. I changed the handle. Don't worry about it.
I changed the profile picture.
It's at Mike Hedberg and at Melody Hedberg.
Yeah.
You have to have both of them.
Tag us both, please.
Send all the cheerleader photos.
Love it.
Just and then HMU in the
description. Yeah, just HMU. Okay, this is off topic, and I apologize if this gets PG-13. But I got a text the other day, and it was very suspicious. So I get this text. It's from a number I don't know, and it says, "Hey, I'm in town. Did you want to get together and meet up and like hang out or something like that?" And I was like, I don't know what this number is. This is very strange. And like as I'm forming a reply to be like, hey, sorry, I don't have your number, all of a sudden this photo comes in, and it's of this gal like lifting her shirt. She's clothed underneath, thank God. But like, she's like lifting her shirt. I'm just like, what the crap is this? And so like, I did some investigative journalism on the Googles, and apparently this is a thing that's going around right now. She didn't send this robot didn't send a link or anything. It wasn't like, you know, here's my address with a fake link, like hit me up. It was just like a random conversation as well as like bra photos. Like, what the heck? And so I deleted it. And what's really funny is I had my phone. I took my phone to the repair place to get a new battery put in because Apple has them on discount right now. And all this text came in while my phone was at the place. So I was like, oh, man. And I know the guy who owns it. So I was like, dang it. This guy's going to see these texts come into my phone thinking I'm like some baller out there trying to just like hook up with all these chicks. I was like, man. So I texted Tiffany. I was like, Tiff, when you go pick up my phone, you gotta believe me. So, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so stupid. Yeah, apparently it's this thing going around, and it was really bizarre.
Back when I worked in an insurance company, you guys know who Adam Irwin is.
I do.
He and I were real buds, and I helped him get a job there in the HR department. And he and I would always email each other back and forth. And this is kind of like, this is 2009, like before like GIFs were a big thing you shared all the time.
Simpler times.
We would just email each other back and forth with like funny golem pictures. And so just as like a, you know,
Golem is in like the Lord of the Rings character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, or like different little like personal inside joke meme things.
Yeah.
And so I was used to just opening up my email and then a big image of Golem staring back at me. It was just funny. Then one day I'm sitting at my desk in the office, like anybody can walk by at any time. And he sends me an image. I open it up and it's two dudes with their shirts off making out like heavily. I'm like, delete. Like nobody look. I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for opening up like softcore dude on dude action.
Yeah.
It was funny looking back, but I was very uncomfortable. Next question. Let's get off the furries.
Good transition.
Here's my burning. Oh, that was the pineapple game question.
Okay.
I already wrote that one down. Is anyone going to Gamehole Con in Wisconsin?
That sounds like a made up con. What's it called?
Gamehole Con.
Game. It's like Man Bear Pig.
Game hole.
It's like the whole. It's like the whole game, guys.
Wait, is it WHOL?
Nope, it's HOL.
Where are you going? Just put it in my game hole. Just I don't care where you put it. Just in my game hole.
Where are you going? Game hole.
Mike, you're going to Gamehole Con, right?
I want to go to more cons personally. I would love to go to
that
cons.
one.
Yeah, go to the Gamehole Con.
I'll go to. Yeah, hit me up. Hit me up with a Gamehole Con invite.
GameholeCon.com.
Yeah, don't go there. That's a risky click for sure.
That's like searching skin tone on Google.
Yeah, don't do that either.
All right, Kaylee's wondering. Reed was the furry gang. you projecting your innermost desires on your NPCs.
Definitely.
Better not awaken anything.
Definitely. Yeah,
He's like, yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Isn't it funny, guys? Wouldn't it be weird if we all dressed up in furry costumes?
Should we do it as a joke? Like, we're winking at it.
And then we all hug. Then we all hug.
And then we sometimes don't even play D&D when we get together.
It's just thinking of that.
No, like
Happy says unsubscribe.
I was very old when I was introduced to the furry culture of like I didn't even know what it was. And so like I was working at GameStop. I was probably like 25 or 26, so like more recently than I'd care to admit. And someone talked about like the previous day or so at work, a furry came in or like was just like walked in, looked around, and then walked out. And I was just like, well, like I had to explain, like, you mean like a hairy person? And they're like, no, like a furry. I go, I'm missing the context here. I don't know what's going on. He's like, and my boss, who's a really good friend of mine, I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what do you mean? He's like, it's a dude like in a costume of an animal, but it's not like meant to look like an actual. It's like a fake, like a cartoon. And I just could not grasp it. So his explanation was, it's like sometimes people will draw like a wolf in overalls riding a skateboard, and then they want to dress up like that character. And so he like drew me on like a sticky note, like his interpretation of what this dude's persona would have looked like. And I was so like, my mind was blown that this was a thing, that this was a common, or I guess even uncommon practice. I don't know. I was very, very taken aback by it all. And now I find it interesting.
So I Googled Gamehole Con, and it actually seems pretty dang legit.
Oh, yeah?
Matt Mercer's going to be there.
Okay.
This year.
We'll text Matt.
Yeah, I'll text Matt.
We'll hit up our boy Matty Matt.
I have his number. Don't worry about it.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to our boy Matt.
In Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
That's a long ways away.
Is it?
It's not that far.
It's like 10 hours. Where in Wisconsin? Milwaukee?
It just says Wisconsin.
It's like 10 hours.
Doesn't give the city?
Oh, I got off the website. I was just looking at the question.
All right, I'm going to look. You keep looking at questions.
Went off into Furryland.
All right.
Reed's going to
So, Mike,
what's up?
when did you learn about furries?
Oh, boy.
Oh, here it is.
He's not actually answering it.
That's a great face.
I don't even think I've looked up.
Question from Muffin Man. What branch of the military was Mike in?
Army. National Guard.
Right on.
Madison, Wisconsin.
I think Muffin Man served in the military as well.
Oh, did he?
I don't know what. I don't remember where. You can answer us with that, Muffin, if you want.
All caps answer.
Ex-Air Force.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Cool.
I guess it's only 7 hours by automobile.
Told you. All right, we'll go. When is it?
Mike's going.
I'm going.
It's
Game
November 8th and 11th.
Ooh,
oh gosh,
that's right on.
That's real close.
Perfect time for you.
Yeah, it's perfect timing for me.
Me and Josh will go.
My kid is due literally any time, so
yeah. So get out of town.
Yeah, not great timing for me personally.
Yeah.
Titans will go and sneak attack.
Yeah, no. I'll be at PatreCon from
Oh,
the 1st to the
guy
4th.
who wants to go to cons is already at one.
I know.
And then from the 11th to the 16th, I'm gonna be hunting pheasants in South Dakota.
Wow.
So I probably don't want to put
That's
something
the opposite of convention.
in the middle
Real
of
life
those.
con.
Yeah,
IRL con.
I'm gonna be putting holes in birds.
You should
with bullets.
you should dress up as a pheasant.
As a furry.
Yeah, like that can be your persona.
Oh my god, is that what it's called? A persona?
A furry persona is a fursona.
A fursona?
It's a fursona, chat.
Do they have like you know how people have like Instagrams?
Like what?
You know, like how like these like youths will have 2 Instagrams. They'll have their public facing Instagram and then a private one where they share inappropriate things with their friends.
I find it strange that you know about this.
My wife was a high school teacher, so I learn about these things.
Oh,
I've never heard of that.
So I was just saying,
I'm out of the loop already.
If they had a Finstagram, like a furry Instagram.
oh.
World.
Yeah, I have no idea. I thought if you're gonna share dirty pictures, you just use Snapchat or just scan them and like digitally send them.
Or just text them to read.
Yeah, just send them to me. Send them to me.
We need to stop making those jokes. It's gonna be bad. Like someone listening is gonna go.
No,
like
my
Happy is gonna go. I'm gonna literally do that.
Happy would do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't do it, Happy. Regardless of how much we laugh today, we will cry tomorrow.
Yeah, and also report you for sexual assault.
Oh. It got real. Question, Reed, show them your persona.
Oh, so yeah, Oz actually like drew something for me.
What?
Yeah, so like I was streaming once and she asked me if I had to have a persona, what would it be? And I said an otter riding a razor scooter with overalls on with one of the straps undone, and the shirt underneath is like a hyper anime character doing the heart hands. And she drew it for me like that night. It was incredible.
I love it.
Yeah. That was she just sent it to me like actually not that long ago as like a reminder that it exists, and it was very funny to me.
Wow. Wow, we got 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Left. Anything we didn't cover? Mike, any burning things that you just need to get off your chest?
What are you excited for?
In life?
In general, yeah.
What excites you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Father of 3.
Father of 3. I don't know.
New heroes on that one game that you guys
He's
play.
the worst.
Yep.
I'm
We'll
not
just
gonna-
ignore him. Just ignore
Very
him.
casual.
I'm
What are
gonna
you, my dad
unplug his
asking
mic.
me?
What's the game called again?
BlizzCon isn't in less than 2 weeks.
It's
Is it?
Heroes.
Yeah.
I need to get
Heroes
ticket.
Among Us. Heroes
Among Us.
Heroverse.
A hero.
Enter the hero hole.
That's what it is.
Get in. Everybody get in the hero hole.
No, BlizzCon's in less than 2 weeks. That's exciting.
Is it?
BlizzCon hype.
Yeah.
Weren't
What is it?
you guys gonna go? Like
2
go
weeks
this year?
from last Friday,
What day?
November 2nd.
It's weird that it's almost November 2nd.
I know it is very strange that November is right around the corner.
If I remember correctly, the both of you have like an open invitation for someone to send you to BlizzCon.
Oh, yeah. That's still
Yeah,
open.
if you want to send us to BlizzCon, it can't be this year because tickets are all sold out. But next year,
I mean, it could be this year. If you have tickets first. I'm excited for Halloween because all my kids get dressed up. My son's going to be Ant-Man. My daughter's going to be Poppy. And I'm going to be Branch
what's Poppy?
from Trolls.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
You never watched Trolls?
Like the movie?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen Trolls.
Get
It's
used to
pretty
it,
good.
Reed. Get used to it, Reed. You're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be. You're gonna
fine.
be.
Boss Baby is going to be my favorite show.
Boss Baby. Yeah, it's not terrible. I did watch Ant-Man. I did not like it, the new one with the wasp.
I didn't watch that
finally.
either.
And I haven't watched Solo yet, but I would
Oh.
like to
Missing
watch that.
anything?
Solo's really bad.
You're not
Is it?
missing
I heard
anything.
some people like
No, Solo's really bad.
No, it's terrible.
So that's it. That's my life right now.
I saw First Man,
And
the Neil Armstrong movie.
Yeah,
It's very good.
That looks good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I want to see
Very good
Stars
from Reed.
Born.
I would see A Star Is Born.
That looks like it's a good movie. Question from Happy: if I buy Mike a BlizzCon ticket, can I get the nice text?
Yeah. I will text you if you buy me a Blizzard.
Not a virtual ticket.
Yeah, nice try. Virtual ticket, I'll DM you on
Oh,
Wow.
Twitter.
This is
You don't have to do that.
we're just getting like not questions, but they're typing questions at the beginning to get me to read it.
Gotcha. Breaking the system.
Alyssa asks, "Are you guys aware that every time someone joins the Sneak Attack Discord, Miles asks if they're Mike, and now everyone asks if they're Mike.
no.
It's like a thing
Aren't I
now.
on? That's the one I'm on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a handle just called Sneak Podcast Mike or Sneak Attack Mike.
Are you on it though?
Yeah.
Every once
because-
in a while, yeah.
I thought someone had mentioned at one point that you hop on under different names.
No, that's me.
That's Reed.
Oh
no, Reed does that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will sometimes like do the thing on Discord where you can make a name and not claim it, so it just like evaporates after you leave, and then I'll I'll hop in the Sneak Attack Discord under a fake name.
Hey guys, you guys really like that?
Yeah,
Reed
be like,
guy?
tell
He's
me,
cool.
this Reed guy's the worst, right? Tell me what you think of him.
I found it. Sneak Attack Mike.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
he literally
guys.
has the role Sneak Attack Cast put on it. So
Yeah.
I don't know how that's passed by everyone.
But sometimes I will jump in the Sneak Attack Discord under a fake name, just to like see your guys' response to things I've put out, and then I'll peace out.
I want to see
Oh.
your true colors.
Yeah, it's kind of shady, but I couldn't hang around in there with my like actual Discord account any longer because I felt like I wasn't actually giving you guys the space to talk about the show critically.
I'm there. I watch everything.
I know.
I'm watching all of you.
Not that I think you wouldn't be critical knowing I was there, but like I don't know. It was just like it was too close. I needed to separate.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, and I'm not super engaged on there. I'm just there in case anybody asks me as a question.
Excuse me.
And I like the fan art stuff. Did you guys see the Estoy Bien art?
Yeah, so I've been really hesitant to call out the fact that Bien is spelled wrong. So I actually
Bean.
yeah, there's only one E in Bien. Just
Tough.
it is tough. It is tough. You know, it's the way of the
That's
road.
critical feedback, but
Wow.
It's the way of the road.
Wow, Reed.
I
I love it.
no, the art itself is muy bien, but yeah, just
what's that from?
The mariachi
the
band.
Los Bandidos
Oh, okay.
Metallicos.
We are mariachi.
So yeah, that one's very good. I haven't gotten onto the website and updated the fan art page in a while. I'll probably do that today actually because I need to.
Doesn't it populate?
So like the way I have it set up, if anyone wants to, by the way, this is a little tip to you all. If you want to tweet us some fan art, you just tweet the art, like attach the image to your post, at Mention Sneak Podcast, and then hashtag fan art. And I have a tweet deck collection that automatically pulls tweets with those credentials, like those criteria met, and then I just drag them over to a new collection that auto populates on our website. So it's a nice way for me in case like 4chan ever got a hold of that criteria, they would just spam it with porn. So
Yikes.
it's one filter between what you guys see and what is posted. So it's a nice little barrier. I've seen 4chan users, like someone posted at a work conference they were at, like there's an auto populating tweet feed on their presentation screens that are just pulling a specific hashtag. So he posted on this 4chan page. He was like, just post the worst stuff you can. And then it was like pictures of murder and like a bunch of porn and stuff like that.
Good grief.
That would just like auto populate on the side of these presenters. It's like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I want to avoid. So we just put that one little check in there.
Makes me so sad that there's a community of people to do that. Like,
It's not like I'm not advocating for the 4chan community, but at the same time, like you have to know
they're there.
as a person in the world
Yeah.
that if you make something public, people are going to try and abuse it. Like, you just have to know that.
Be prepared for it.
Yeah, because it just takes 2
Mhm.
seconds of preparation, and you can avoid all that stuff altogether. So
Right,
that's
right
what I
on.
did. I avoided it altogether.
Right on. Right on. We're about 4 minutes out
4 minutes
from
out.
1 hour.
Yeah. What can we talk about for 4 minutes?
Any new heroes coming out, guys?
Oh my gosh. No, BlizzCon is in 12 days. We'll find out about the new heroes then.
Is there any any rumblings about what will be released at BlizzCon?
Not Diablo 4, apparently.
Feels bad.
Big F's in the chat for no
Give me an
Diablo
F
4.
in the chat, please.
Sing a 4-minute song.
No, I don't know. I'm just like I just want to reiterate, like, it is October 21st. The last episode we officially posted was middle of June sometime. June 16th or something. So we're like beyond 4 months from our last official episode. And not only is the Patreon staying very consistent, but your guys' just like community support and involvement has been very consistent. And obviously the response to the tweet I put out on Tuesday was very, very huge. And so
we're still in the top. We're number 31 on the other games chart.
it's crazy.
And we haven't put out new content in months.
So
it's amazing.
I feel every day that goes by, I feel like, yep, that's another day that we haven't put something out. And I know, like, we're not racing against some imaginary clock to be like, we're going to lose fans if we don't put something out. But I know as well that you guys want it just as bad as we want to be doing it. But just to be here, to be Patreon supporters, to be sharing that content like on Twitter and stuff like that, it means the world to me, as the person really like engrossed and enveloped in all of this writing right now. So it's really vindicating to know that you guys are still really passionate about it, that I'm not just super up my own butt on all this volume 2 stuff and completely disconnected. And I just know it feels really good to know that you guys are still here. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys for being awesome supporters and awesome patrons. And
smash that like button.
Smash the like button. Ring that bell.
Dude, we got, in the month of October, we've gotten 5 5-star reviews. Pretty legit. From one from #percentage23.
Oh,
everybody knows who that is.
Yeah, that guy.
Saying good. Bay Area sports fan.
Bay Area sports
says a peerless podcast. Sven86 says a great listen. Ram 0811 says loving it! !
Loving it.
And Captain 1 best D&D podcast.
Wow. Okay.
So
that's probably not accurate, but I appreciate
nice.
the praise.
Says I love this podcast so much. My dad got me hooked earlier. Got hooked me early in the podcast. I've been a true follower, but remember, if you get in a tight spot, tie 3 sticks together. Also, can't wait for season 2.
I was like, where's this going?
Yeah, that was a very strange path to take, but I'm glad we landed.
You know what's interesting? So, Captain 1 there said that their dad introduced him to it. #percentage23 says I look forward to the night so I can listen to Sneak Attack with my parents.
Oh,
like, we got families listening to
that's
the show.
crazy.
How cool is that?
That's really cool. So, and that's you guys. Like, again, the show would not be what it is without you guys. There would be no volume 2 if it wasn't for you guys. So appreciate you a ton. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in. If you missed last week's stream or last month's stream, that'll be going live here very, very shortly. We're going to flip the switch on that one so everyone can view it. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Cool.
Happy October. I hope you like the Ardent pilot. Oh, no.
Someone needs to hit the stop.
Oh, no. Someone has to hit the button.
This should be gift.
This is
Mike, use your feet with Reed's
really
feet.
hard.